Hey, it's you! Come on and enjoy us!
I cannot tell a lie. We've got a great looking soap today from Strike Gold Shave.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet!
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack. Cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, Marcus would like to talk about his 10th birthday.
My parents took me to Best Department Store to pick out a present. Well, I had the Ghostbusters action figure in my hands, the ones with the real light-up action of the Positron Collider, and then my eyes settled on a little display of cassette tapes by Fisher Price. Educational stories for children. This will give you a look into the nerdiness of my childhood. It was a dramatic recreation of all the stories about George Washington and the Revolutionary War. It's why I know at least an hour's worth of stuff about him to this day, and they're still on YouTube if you want to go play them for your kids. You could do a lot worse with some of the crap that's on YouTube right now.
And for our soap today, a tribute to George Washington himself. Let's meet him.
All right, y'all, a very special thank you to Frank Misa and Strike Gold Shave for sending this out for free to review from their sales page.
George Washington was a founding father and the first president of the United States, serving from 1789 to 1797. As commander of the Continental Army, Washington led Patriot forces to victory in the American Revolutionary War against the British Empire. He is commonly known as the father of the nation for his role in bringing about American independence.
And he was really tall. So y'all constant viewers will know that we recently reviewed The Big Apple from Strike Gold Shave, an homage to Killian's apple brandy on the rocks. And we loved it so much, we even got the Dua homage. They're having a Valentine's sale right now. So we were delighted to discover that apple brandy on the rocks is a little bit more of their modern, fresh air sort of flanker to the original. But this is the classic apple brandy. Come along with us. We're going to take it out of the box. All right, y'all, this is how they come from Strike Gold Shave, and I already see a sample from Vanulay of her new Lost Cherry homage. Love it. That is coming up in an upcoming episode. Oh, buddy, you sent us the full set. Thank you. You open that one. I'll open this one. Ooh, let's see.
Oh,
I
there
love it.
he
Look at that in front of the apple tree. Let's see if this matches. It does. There we go. All right, y'all, well, come along with us for this most impressive first impression. Should we re-smell apple brandy on the rocks, or should we take this in on its own merits?
Let's do that one later, because sometimes they cancel each other out. So I do like knowing the differences, but let's go just pretend first real impressions without any influences.
Here we go. The shaking clam. Y'all, here we go. Oh, it is a little deeper and a little richer. And I love an apple for the spring. Y'all, I put on Cider House 5 nightly in the fall, but let's face it, it is not for those beautiful, bright spring mornings. This is a whole different animal. And you know what's fabulous? Look at my face. The flanker goes sweet. This does not. This dives down into the richness of the apple itself to where it almost becomes honey-ish, but it's not a sweet scent. Almost citrusy in how it dives down into the apple. This is beautiful. And you know what? Half of it is not gourmandy at all. Half of it is the bar. Half of it is the glass. Half of it is the plaster on the walls. This is a vibe, and it's a real place. It's funny. It's not like the apple fruit. It's almost like an apple wood meeting with an apple blossom.
Ooh, I
so
like
you've
that.
got all kinds of apple silhouettes around the outside, but it doesn't need to dive down into the heart of like an apple from a lotion or something like that. Hold on. Yeah, just as much wood as apple, which makes the apple tree on the label absolutely apropos and inspired. What a beautiful, calming scent for the spring, y'all. And isn't it funny? You don't really see a lot of apple in the spring. I guess because you think apple harvest, apple cider, apple hill, the leaves are falling kind of thing. But oh, y'all, this definitely transforms this fruit into a springtime bonanza. Now, the boozy part.
Right.
The boozy part's just kind of sitting as a spice, a little bit of a heat under the surface. I'm not really sensing a brandy liqueur or anything like that.
More like the spices from the brandy, maybe?
Kind of, but just to kind of give a little bit of a heat to the apple somehow. Yeah, it doesn't go boozy. It goes woody. And I love that. Just woody enough to suggest the brandy, but not enough where that alcohol's going to pull against everything else going on in this. Wow.
So does that make it lean more masculine?
You know, it's a very masculine apple, but the other spices and things skew a little bit to the feminine side, so I would not be surprised if this was classified a unisex scent by Killian. And here's the fun thing. It's gentle. We've got Angel's Share. Whoo! I can tell I'm wearing that before I even put it on. But this is a little bit of a light friend to have on your shoulder. Just kind of a sense of an apple peel. Maybe if somebody walks past you, not the muddled heart of the apple. And a little bit of the green sense of the apple peel as well is kind of where this starts. Like an apple wedge on the edge of your drink, and you're smelling the peel first. That's what this is.
And he wore Coswell Massey number 6.
Y'all, I feel like we need to go get number 6 and smell it with this just for the full picture. It was a cherry tree he chopped down, right? Yeah, but too many people are doing Lost Cherry right now. It's fine. There are a few urban legends about George Washington. One of them, he threw a silver dollar over the Potomac. Remember that? And a total dandy. The guy wore pink and wrote a book on etiquette.
So he may very well have loved a scent like this.
Absolutely. You know, there's a left turn that this takes as it's going into the apple that goes into the spiciness, the heat of the brandy. If it had taken a right-hand turn, this would have gotten a lot sweeter and would have been a lot more feminine, but it really rides that line well. And for an apple scent to not go crazy sweet off the charts is a magic trick on its own.
So knowing that the other one was actually a flanker to this, and this was the original, does that hit different? Like you can see where it started?
Yeah, this one's a little richer, a little bit deeper, a little bit more profound in its heart notes, I think. And I love how clean it is without going soapy. If you walk past somebody with this on, it's just going to be like, wow, you are well put together and ready for this day. Take this in. I'm excited to see what you get.
Cheese too. All right, let's see what we get. Wow, it rides that crisp and sweet line in a very fun way. Like, I think you're right. It's almost like the apple itself kind of goes more brisk, like that cleaner side. It does have a gentle, like, honey crispness for me to it. Like, it doesn't quite go green. It doesn't quite go red. It's kind of right in the middle, but it has a springtime vibe for sure. Like, that natural sweet part of it leans a little more springtime. Not quite apple blossom, but I wouldn't say it wasn't in here either. It's just kind of in the fresh breeze kind of the springtime coming through.
Yeah, somewhere between the peel and the flower for me, I think.
I'm very much outdoors. Like, I get why you were saying springtime. Like, there is a gentle breeze. I might even be underneath that apple tree, and there's something just like a little crispness in the air that's not quite gone yet, so like early on spring, but it kind of has that hopeful, like looking forward to something like the season spring brings with it. Yeah. That's captured in this scent somehow.
For as calm as it is, it does have exciting elements to it. I'm not sure how to better explain that.
I do have to say, my first whiff here does kind of lean more unisex than I was expecting. That gentle sweetness that's coming with the apple side, I would totally reach for this, at least coming off the puck here, y'all. I do get hit with the apple first, so I'm going to say that brings me in more of the top notes, but there are a gentle, like, citruses going on with it, just to kind of round out the edges in a different way, and then it goes more of the spices. I don't quite get the boozy side until the very end. Right. So I thought this was going to be much more of the apple brandy hit, and it's, at least on the soap here, it's much smoother, it's much more gentle, and it's more crowd-pleasing than I picture like a brandy thing would go.
It's almost a carameled brandy for me. Yeah. And like very light at like 5%.
Yes. I get why you were really pushing for more of the spring side earlier, because apple, if it was more caramelized and deep and darker, it would be more of a fall thing. But that's not what's coming across here. It kind of has a richness to it, but that's as dark as it goes.
And on a dark to light scale, this is like 90% light for me. I'm not sure how to better describe that.
No, I know that there's woods in here, but the woods are not making it come off darker. Right. Like sometimes we talk about like a cherry wood. Right. Like if this could be an apple wood, there's something about there, like maybe just like the color of a walnut or something. Like that's as dark as this is going for me.
It smells like dentures.
I'm getting more of the spices of where, like, the brandy side is, but it doesn't go to the liqueurness. Like, I know the spices are in here, and they're not part of the apple. Like, it's not an apple sauce. It's not that type of a thing.
No.
Somehow that's in the brandy side of it, but I feel like there's just a brisk side that keeps it from getting too dark, which I'm thoroughly enjoying throughout the whole whiff.
Do you want to do a little comparison
of
the old and the new? This is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the Which Apple Do You Prefer with on 3, 1, 2. Oh. Interesting. A little more resinous in that. All right, here we go. Oh, Yeah, way more springtime over here. This is the fruit in my hand. What do you get from that one?
This is sweeter and somehow cleaner, maybe. Like, this is more summertime. It has the brandy to me kicks in here and all, like more fun party summer kind of way. Here it's more chill, more relaxed.
Colder.
It does help knowing this came first. I can see how this could have inspired this.
Right.
If I started with this, I don't know if I would have known right away that it came from something like this.
I would totally know these two are identical twins. Okay, On the Rocks has some florals. It's a little bit sweeter. It's a little bit more of a classic EDP. This is a little bit more of your dapper gentleman with leather patches on his coat.
Yeah, somehow this is more crowd-pleasing, like all ages.
I would say
somehow.
so. Right. But this would be for a night at the theater. It's got a little bit more of that mystery in it.
I do get more of like a current out in New York vibe on here than I would from this one.
Well, this is almost like farm fresh apples, like my grandfather, E-I-E-I-O, you know?
There's a little bit more like calmness. Does that make sense? Like less chaos of like the crazy party life. There's something you can just pause and enjoy about this one.
This feels like morning on the farm.
There you go.
Complete with your flask of brandy. Well, it's cold in Stockton. It gets down to 43 degrees. Angelo. All right, y'all, well, come along. We're going to look at the scent notes and build your lather. All right, y'all, back to the sales page at strikegoldshave.com. We start with top notes of
cardamom, bergamot, and pineapple.
See, this is way different than apple brandy on the rocks. This is a little bit more about the spice, a little bit more about the citrus.
I think that one might have had pineapple too, and I remember us being very surprised. That does have a little more summer vibe, so I get it more there than I do here.
And then middle notes, y'all strap in, because one of these things is not like the others. We start with apple, rum, brandy cognac. And I like that because this is not an apple brandy. This is not an apple rum. This is apple.
Yep. With
rum. Apple with brandy / cognac, vanilla. And then ready? What's going to round out those middle notes? Moss. Think Irish moose. Moss. It's in there just a little, just a little for the rest to stand on. But it's there.
And that's why I think I knew I was outdoors. Something about that took me outside. A gentle green, like fresh breeze kind of a thing.
Right.
It also adds a little masculine vibes to kind of round out the sweeter things going on.
And it can be found in cognac and whiskey as well. Single malt scotches can get very mossy in the best of ways. And then diving into the base notes. This is a little bit of a dichotomy. We start with cedarwood, beautiful, a little bit of a transparent, spicy, effervescent wood. And then ambroxan, a part of the ambergris note in here, keeping it clean, giving it a little bit of an amber hit. And this is kind of brilliant, rounding out with oak, the barrel from the brandy and the rum.
That's as dark as this gets. To me, it is more of that oak, honestly.
And y'all, we just did a little bit of reconnaissance. The original apple brandy is a unisex scent from Killian. Beautiful. And this is my asteroid brush from Ollie Works. It's CNC machined and it's beautiful. It goes along with my Comet shaving bowl. Now, y'all, if you have this has a little bit of an enigma built into the hardware. After about the first 90 seconds of making your lather, you'll think that nothing's happening. But after 2 minutes, the lather man cometh. Watch, you'll see. All right, these are our bougie sticks from Amazon.com, and I'm just going to push about an almond-sized mound of soap into the little grooves of this Ollie Works bowl. Hit it with a little water. All right, and here we go. I'm just going to kind of do this all at once, the water and the soap, because it's a smaller bowl.
A few moments later.
And see, this is usually where I'd start to get a little concerned. Where's all my lather gone? It's been a minute and a half. Well, just you wait.
A few moments later.
And 4, 3, 2, 1... The lather man cometh. Y'all, look at that. Oh, I'm getting a lot more out of this. Smell this now.
Oh, okay. That got a lot crisper and rounder somehow.
Not sweeter, but deeper.
Yes. More like it's spread out. Like what's happening between all of the scent notes got to wake up and the spices are coming alive.
They all got stronger.
Even like the cardamom and the spices in the rum, brandy, cognac part, that part's coming out.
That's beautiful.
Without going boozy somehow. Like I'm getting more of the spices than the booze.
Agreed. And we've just done a few hardline whiskey scents, y'all. We know what we're talking about with the booziness. And yeah, it's very, very light. This is apple brandy. And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the don't eat the seeds or a tree will grow in your tummy with. On 3, 1, 2. I just want to sit here for a second. I don't want to pass this over yet. Wow, smell that. That's beautiful. Oh, yeah, this is nice, but this is where it's at. Wow, rarely do soaps undergo this kind of a transformation into lather, but this is where it's at.
It liked just that little bit of water added in there, created a whole new tier to that scent.
And y'all, Glenn, the luxury shaving hobbyist, is back, and we love watching his videos. We don't do shaving here on the Barbershop Duet, so we thought you might like to see what this lather looks like when it coats and covers a moneymaker. Y'all. Oh, I'm just going to wear this out as if this was the cologne itself. This is beautiful. I don't care what it looked like.
We know what you're going to be shaving with tonight. Let's just say that.
Such a different take on Apple.
Right.
Especially after being devoted to Cider House 5.
Somehow, I wouldn't necessarily call this a gourmand.
Oh,
Even
right.
though the apple gets almost approaching that syrupy sweet, it
Right.
doesn't get there.
No.
So it doesn't quite hit that gourmandy side.
And that just speaks to the beauty of this. Imagine an apple that isn't gourmandy, that doesn't go caramely, that doesn't go heat, that goes cold and crisp and beautiful. All right, y'all, well, come along with us. We're going to scrape the bottom of the brandy barrel and go a little bit deeper. You know why I'm kind of getting more obsessed with this as the episode wears merrily forward?
Yeah.
A beautiful apple scent should not be very unisex. It should skew feminine.
Usually,
And yet somehow, when I smell this is all of the beauty of that apple peel and the apple blossom. But for me, this is absolutely masculine, which is why I'm kind of excited to see what it smells like on you. See if I can find some more of those feminine nooks and crannies. But for me, this is a guy scent.
It's interesting because when you first hear those scent notes of like the apple blossom and those kind of things, you think of like a Bath and Body Works things. This is the complete opposite.
That's my point. She's way smarter than me.
It has that richness and kind of dapper side without being in your face about it.
Frank, this is exceptional. I love this when I can dive into a dupe oil that is just as beautiful and rich as the actual colognes that we have from the high-level perfuming houses. Exceptional work.
I gotta say here, in the splash, in the dry down, that's where I really get the difference compared to the other Big Apple one.
Woo, I'm getting cinnamon. So you get a little bit of cinnamon in the dry down of the splash.
But it's almost like the cardamom kind of dries it up a little bit.
Thank you. It's the cardamom standing in for cinnamon. Angelo, I think you'd be safe to put this on.
You know, I really still can't pull the moss part out, but I know if it wasn't in here, I would miss it. So if you're someone that's a little worried about oak moss kind of thing, this is just like the hidden secret weapon at the back.
That's what keeps it unisex. That's what makes it so I'm sensing a guy when I smell this. Even though George Washington wore pink, I saw it on Pawn Stars.
The dry down here is getting more masculine. Like the needle isn't quite in the middle for me. It's just going a little bit more on that spices and kind of the oakiness is coming out.
Well, what a great scent to wear as a teacher when I teach my choir tomorrow. Because, you know, apple for the teacher, that works,
There you
right?
go.
You know, just for fun, let's do a little bit of a smell of that Dua.
Okay.
Oh, it's almost exact. It's almost exact.
Something goes like powdery sweet.
Yeah, this is an homage to On the Rocks. But again, I love how light this is. I love how you can dive in and explore all of the apple and all of the spice. But once you try to go past the bottom of the shallow end, you can't.
None of them are bossy. Like, both of them are very kind of like a secret on your shoulder kind of a thing. I don't think if you walked into a party, it would be a commanding take over the room situation, but they would know you put some thought into your attire, into your outfit.
Right.
There's just that little gentle sparkle going on.
Yeah. It's like the last little accessory that you need to enjoy your evening out.
Because if you think of what George Washington wore, number 6 was not an in-your-face scent. It was just like a clean with a little natural stuff going on.
That's wild.
This kind of has something like that, but like a current day version of it.
Right. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Marcus on his 10th birthday out for adventure. You're going to have a 6-piece nuggets all your own and be very disappointed that the honey sauce is just a packet of their honey. You're going to go home and watch Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas on HBO for the first time and then look very forward to your new birthday present of going to bed with George Washington. And you're going to get your own. So head over to Strike Gold Shave to find this and a bunch of other stuff I want. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with George Washington, and why I love this, it's certainly apple brandy centered, but it focuses on the apple, not the brandy, and it's not the fall tobacco petrichor type of apple, it's the outer peel part of the apple, the spring floral part of the apple, and the brandy just sits beautifully supporting it as a fiery part of the bass notes. A fabulous shave, and in one of the best, most comfortable basses in the wet shaving world. That lather set up instantly. Thank you so much, Frank, for this. We'll be back soon for your next one.
Welcome to our February messages.
Hey, also in honor of our recent interview on Instagram with Chris Cullen from Katie's Bubbles, he has generously offered to sponsor our February giveaway of one premium soap from the Katie's Bubbles line for free. And all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back on our first March episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
You know, apple brandy and apple brandy on the rocks, for me, are about 80% similar. But I am so grateful that Frank sent this out, because it's within those 20% that the details are rising to the surface, and I am loving the differences. I'm loving with apple brandy on the rocks that it's sweeter, it's more modern, it's a little bit floral, it's ready for a night on the town. But this one is just more classic. It's morning, it's afternoon, it's fall, it's spring, it's everything you want it to be.
Right, with spring coming, I think that's the one we're going to reach for more. And the on the rocks version is a little more of that summer version if I had to push them into their own lanes.
Well, Frank, we so appreciate you believing in our little show and sending these out for free to review. We sure believe in you and strike gold.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.